Peter, why is consistency important in the realm of divorce?
Keith, that is such a honed in question. Consistency, positive consistency, is so important in the realm of divorce because once you've gotten clarity for what you want to create, especially for your children, you need to be consistent in the example you set for them and the environment of divorce that you're striving to create for them. Does that make sense?
When you say positive consistency, what do you mean by positive?
Well, we'll start with the opposite. So most individuals in the realm of divorce get caught up in angry reactive behavior, and they're lashing out at the ex, or they're accusing, or they're blaming. The ex gets angry at them, and then you get angry in return. And all of our words, our choices, our behavior are setting examples for our children. And even for those of you that don't have children, when you're caught up in anger, you've lost control of yourself, of the interaction, and you'll probably never get what you really want from the ex. So really honing in and getting clarity for what you want, it takes consistency, intentional consistency in order to create what you want.
I like what you said, Peter, and I wonder specifically when you were going through a divorce, what did you want for your daughter?
Well, more than anything, I wanted to be the best possible father I could be for her. And envisioning being the best father meant that I wanted to create an environment of divorce where she could thrive. That would be good for her. And yes, as some of you have heard me say before, it takes two to tango, but it only takes one to make a difference. And the only person we can control or change is ourselves. So shifting from that negative consistency, that reactive behavior, into intentional words, choices, behavior, actions, reactions, even inaction, because sometimes it's better to not say or do anything when there's a potentially negative situation going on. But
When
being
you say,
go ahead.
When you say tango, you mean react, right?
Well, it takes two to tango. It takes two to dance is literally what that quote means, but it takes two in this instance to co-parent, to create a positive environment for your kids. And again, for those of you that don't have kids, it would take both of you, compromising, working together, being able to communicate to create a path of divorce that, if not amicable, is at least going to come out with a 50-50 situation. That's good for both of you.
And when one parent starts focusing on consistency in positive ways, what happens?
Well, for me, what happened, especially in hindsight, thinking back, I realized the ex had come to expect certain behavior, certain reactions from me, and she really knew how to trigger me. And once I committed to remain calm and be the best I could be, no matter what, she was no longer receiving the expected reactions from me. And over time, she ended up changing her own behavior. And that all stems from the subconscious. And more often than not, I believe that will work to better serve you and your children, if indeed you have children.
Would it be fair to say that both you and she wanted the same thing for your daughter?
Yes. Once I actually asked her, what do you really want for our daughter? We started becoming more aligned. And I think that's an aspect of communications, especially in divorce, that often is overlooked. We get so caught up in our frustration or anger or regret, resentment, we're reacting constantly, consistently. So when we shift to being more positive, more calm, who and how we really intentionally desire to be, that creates a shift, an underlying shift in the foundation of the divorce.
I can picture you actually asking your ex, would you like to dance in the best interest of our daughter?
Yes, and then getting back to the tango, that's a great way to sort of summarize things. So my call to action for those of you watching today is to think of at least one small way you can shift from being consistently reactive to being intentionally, positively more cognizantly aware and present, and think through, what your action is going to be for the benefit of your kids, but also for yourself, to create a more positive underlying foundation of what's going on in the realm of your divorce. Write it down, and we'd love for you to come back and share it here.
I like that, Peter. And even though I'm not going through a divorce, I believe that I can still take one positive, consistent action.
Absolutely. We can each do that. Awesome, Keith. As do I. I accept as well.
And hopefully everyone watching this today will accept this call to action too.
Definitely. Every small step makes a difference. Look forward to seeing everyone and you next week, Keith.
Thank you, Peter. Take care.